What the fuck is wrong with TVNZ? I give those guys $115,000 cash, get my ads all approved, get them scheduled, and 2 hours before they're due to roll, Cam Taylor rings me up and goes, "We're not going to run your ads." How can we possibly raise money in a brand new raffle if we can't advertise on television and radio and no one knows about it in New Zealand? How's that work?
You know, realistically, I shouldn't even be alive. You know, like, honestly, like, I've hung off a ceiling. You know, I've stabbed myself before. There's been some really serious attempts to take myself out of this world because I just couldn't understand why I was here.
And what the fuck is wrong with MediaWorks? A few months ago, they were complaining ad sales were dropping. No idea what's causing that. They've got to close down their television news and lay off all the journalists, and I want to give them $20,000 for radio and $20,000 for billboard. They take my booking, I'm just about to pay, and then they refuse all of my content. And just in case you think my content's no good, the radio that they refused, I took it straight to NZME, they ran it without any issue at all and no complaints. What's going on there?
I'm okay. How's life with everyone else? That was 7 p.m. on the 9th of May 2016. And that was the last communication I had with my family before 2 hours later I attempted to take my own life.
And what's wrong with stuff? I give those guys 10,000 plus gist. We go to the trouble of writing the sponsored content in a video and they won't run it. They sit on it for a couple of weeks. And then when it's too late to be useful, because it's all about increasing awareness of the raffle and the trust, oh, now we'll run it. What's going on there?
The rails a little bit. I tried to take my life at the age of 12. And
That's pretty full on.
yeah, I just wanted to be with him. I didn't want to be in this world.
You're not going to believe this. I got an email from Mark Wilson from the Mental Health Foundation. Dear Dave, you're breaching 71 of the Coroner's Act. You are not allowed to mention suicide on the Suicide Reduction Trust website. I looked up Section 71. Maybe I'd misunderstood something. Section 71 is for journalists talking about a specific death and the cause of death. They're not allowed to do that. What do I say to the Mental Health Foundation? I better be careful, I better be on my best behaviour. Dear Mark, thanks for reaching out and holding me to account. Tick. With all due respect, Section 71 doesn't apply. Tick. Love what you're doing. Really like what the Mental Health Foundation is doing. Tick. We should catch up next week to give me the opportunity to introduce myself to you and to hear what you're doing, to see how we can work collaboratively together so that all of our organisations can benefit Aotearoa. What do you think? Ghosted me. Never heard back from the guy again. What the heck is going on with the Mental Health Foundation?
And I think they get on the internet, and it's not just girls. I mean, it's, you know, you're too fat, you're too thin, you're too this, you're too that, you know. It's all these trolls.
What's going on with the Department of Internal Affairs? Those guys want to kill me. I had a Zoom meeting yesterday with Fiona Old, the Auckland manager of the DIA, about the terms of our current raffle licence. I'd accidentally put 23 June as the possible cancellation date in my application, but at all times on the website on the terms and conditions it says 30 June. So they ring me up and go, Dave, you've got to cancel your raffle prematurely before everyone's had a chance to buy it and sink the ship right to the bottom of the ocean. Oh, but we're really here to help you if we can. We really want to. Fiona, why do you want me to cancel the raffle on a Sunday when there's still days to go and people don't buy tickets at the last minute? Surely the guiding factor is misleading or misrepresentation to the public. The public are not misled because it was always going to be publicised in the Sunday Star Times on 30 June. So why the foxtrot do you want to get me to cancel it early? Oh, it's just the rules, Dave. We really want to make your life hard.
Tikanga at its essence is the rongoa, the medicine to fixing up all our whānau that are currently making up the high statistics within New Zealand.
The Department of Internal Affairs have got several divisions. One is immigration passports, one is gambling, and one is the charities register. Call me crazy. I put an application in for the Suicide Reduction Trust to become a registered charity. How straightforward is that? When I worked as a lawyer before, I did charity registration for my clients. Where you operate for all of the public for a not-for-profit good, you get to do it. If you're just doing it for our own little clique of people out the back garden, you don't get to do it. What part of reducing suicide for everyone in New Zealand, for not-for-profit, don't they get? Oh, no. They've emailed me something like 3 or 4 times, Dave, would you like to withdraw your application? No, I don't want to withdraw my application. I want you to make a decision. I want you to apply the law and I want you to do your damn job. But while you're at it, you must be friends with Fiona Auld as well, because you haven't given us registration status. The public are spooked. Why aren't you a registered charity? And we're getting only half the ticket sales we would have got. Thank you very much, DIA. You have successfully killed a not-for-profit charity trying to reduce suicide in Aotearoa. What the heck's going on with that?
I couldn't understand, why am I feeling all this pain? Like, why am I going through traumatic experience after traumatic experience after traumatic experience? Like, I can't handle this anymore. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here.
Mike King's doing a great job. He's had 13 years of very hard yakka and he's a nice guy. But with all due respect to Mike, I don't think he's got the answer. He's spending $6 million a year on counsellors, so a young one feels bad. Tonight at 2 a.m. they ring the counsellor. The counsellor makes them feel better. This is important. This is good. We want this. But then the next day they go back to their ordinary life and within a week they're sad again. So they ring the counsellor again. This is good. The counsellor makes them feel better. They can carry on another week. After another week, they're feeling bad. They ring the counsellor. Now, Mike's doing a great job, don't get me wrong, on providing counsellors to young people who can relate to them. But where are we breaking the cycle? Where are we going on to make a difference in these young people's lives so that they've got self-coping skills and they look at things in a different way?
Well, just like it got to a point where I didn't want to carry on fighting with my wife. You know. So, and lucky the boy was there to save the day, I guess.
Yeah.
Let me talk about John Kerwin, JK Foundation. Now that is a guy who is absolutely on the money. He's running a mighty program in primary schools. What the heck does that program do? That program teaches 5, 6, 7-year-olds about feelings. That's a happy feeling, that's a sad feeling. This is what anger's like. Once he's taught them the feelings, he teaches them choices. When you feel angry, do you want to attack the other person or do you want to walk away? You and I never got that training when we were young. JK's doing a great job with the primary now, but what about the rest of us? What about the college age up? Why don't you get Mike King's counselling, and then when the person's gone through the counselling, give them some of the mighty program on their feelings and how to cope and choices, and then go on to our I Am Me, I Am Worthwhile cope-upper program, where they learn self-awareness and self-acceptance. I've got no problem with the counsellor being there. I've got no problem with them ringing the counsellor every single night. But surely we've got to do something preventative, something early intervention to break the cycle and output strong, independent young adults who know what they want out of life, what path they want to walk on.
You know, the old structure of living was everybody would raise the child in the village. It wasn't just the parents.
There can be no doubt at all, every single Kiwi in Aotearoa wants to make a difference and wants to reduce suicide. So why are they, well, in fact, actually the question is, are they sitting on their couch doing nothing about it and watching everyone else do it? No, that's not true. That bit's not true. So why aren't they buying our raffle ticket? They don't know about our raffle ticket. Well, whose fault's that? Well, let's talk to NZME, not NZME, let's talk to TVNZ, MediaWorks and stuff.
The crude reality is, yeah, I think it probably made the news for 5 minutes one night if you're lucky, and they wrote the odd story, but it's not interesting like, Trevor Mallard belting Tohen around the thing, whatever. Yeah, and so that dominates things, whereas serious stuff actually doesn't get nearly enough attention because it's not controversial. You're just doing something,
Tony Wall from The Stuff rang me up. I want to do an interview. Okay, come on. Dave, do you think you're a space cadet running this raffle? No, I'm just trying to do my best, Tony. What does he write on his article? Bankrupt lawyer says it's not a scam. Oh, that's helpful. TVNZ Breakfast rang me up. Oh, we've seen you on Stuff. Can we get you on breakfast tomorrow? Yeah, sure. Come back to me with what you want. Then they realise it's not a scam. They realise I'm not a bankrupt. They realise I am a lawyer. Oh, we don't want you on TV anymore because you're not clickbait. You're not exciting gossip news. We don't want you on there. So then it's coming up to the raffle closing on next Tuesday. So on Monday, I email them. Oh, TVNZ Breakfast. We're coming to the end of this very exciting raffle. It's going to make a really big difference on suicide in New Zealand. Do you want to get me on to talk about it? Oh, no. We don't want to get you on breakfast till after the raffle. Oh, why is that? You want to get me on to talk about how the raffle was a failure? Then it's clickbait and exciting. No, so I write back to them. Look, you need to get me on before the raffle because the issue is a lack of public awareness because the mainstream media won't publish anything. No, ghost me. Don't want to put me on TV and breakfast. And I said to them I'd behave. I wouldn't rant and rave like a loony. I thought that was quite a nice offer.
And the reason I'm sort of wearing my heart on my sleeve here is because I think that transparency, honesty, and acknowledging things head on and really confronting the reality of the situation is a serious mark of strength and not of weakness. And having come out of the other side, I came around from my suicide attempt in a puddle of my own vomit and sat there for a good few hours, how long I don't know, just absolutely furious that the one initiative I'd taken to pull myself out of the hole that I was in hadn't come off. And in that moment there, I felt more alone than I ever had done, and I saw no way out.
Yesterday when the DIA lady rang me, she wanted me to cancel the raffle prematurely. I don't want to cancel the raffle prematurely. Why don't I want to cancel the raffle prematurely? If the house is worth $2 million and the ticket sales are $200,000, we're better off to cancel the raffle and just go and sell the $2 million house and spend the money. The reason I don't want to cancel the raffle is I want you to buy a raffle ticket and support us ongoing. The reason I got into this in the very first place is not only do I want to make a difference on suicide for teenagers, rangatahi, and old farts like me, I actually seriously believe I can. Have you been on our website, suicidereductiontrust.org.nz, and have you seen the 5 things we're going to do? Don't you think a help toolbox would be helpful? Don't you think future focused therapy would be helpful? Don't you think a support group every week with a free tea and a biscuit where other people help support you and encourage you and you've got more friends now is a good idea? I can tell you for a fact that AI support is going to be a good idea. The trolls want to come out and attack me because it's a computer, it's a chatbot. They haven't even looked into it. They don't even understand what it can do. They're using AI to diagnose cancer and stuff like that. Are you saying you can't use AI to support a healthy person and build up their resilience so that they stay with positive mental health? What did I just say about the Mighty program? The Mighty program, JK, great work. The Mighty program teaches the language set of feelings and choices with feelings so that you walk every step in your life consciously. What do you think the chatbot can do? For flip's sake. So you ring up the chatbot, you pick male or female, I want a guy. Old or young, I want an old one. I want someone like my granddad. Oh, can I call you Harry? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Oh, I'm having a bad hair day. And the chatbot goes, oh, that's no good. What's happening, Dave? Oh, yeah, rah, 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 rah. Oh, that's still no good. What else? Rah, 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 rah. Oh, is there anything else you want to talk about, Dave? Oh, no, I feel better now. I've got it off my chest. Before you go, Dave, oh yeah, what's that, Harry? What would you say you're feeling at the moment? Oh, he's asked me a feeling question. Oh, I'm feeling depressed. Oh, yeah. Do you know what's causing it? Oh, self-awareness diagnosis. That's clever. Oh, okay. Hasn't treated me. He's just asking me questions to make me think about it. This is quite clever. Yeah. I think I know what's causing it. It's all my wife's fault. It's not my wife's fault, but I think it's all my wife's fault. Oh. Have you tried talking to her about it, Dave? Oh, that's a good idea. Or have you tried writing it down? Have you considered it might not be your wife's fault? Oh, perspective might be my fault. Are you telling me that the AI supporter available 24/7 to every single Kiwi throughout Aotearoa is not going to improve our mental health? What say it doesn't? It's only going to cost 200 grand to get it up and running. And if it doesn't make a difference, it doesn't make a difference. But shall we give up before we start? No way, we shouldn't give up before we start. While I've been running this raffle, do you know how many people have rung me and emailed me and told me totally heartbreaking stories of sudden death of people in their family? What do I say to them? I know what's happened. I can see what's happened. I'll give you an example. Let's call him an old guy because he's 65 and I'm only 64. This old guy has been working all his life in his job. He finishes on a Friday, and this only happened last month. He finished his job on a Friday. He's now retired. Now we can only speculate what was in his mind, but there's a pretty good guess he was thinking, while I was working, I was a valuable, needed, contributing member of society. Now that I'm retired, nobody wants me anymore. I might not be able to add value to society. And in fact, I don't want to live in a world where I don't add value. Guess what he did on the Saturday morning? He put his work clothes on, all in his work clothes. He ended his life. He died. If I could have got that guy on the Friday, and I have spoken to some other guys in this same situation, if you look at the Facebook post, you'll see the guy that was going to go to prison and thought he would die rather than go to prison in that post. If I could have got that guy on a Friday, I would have made a difference to that guy. I spoke to another old guy who was feeling hopeless, but he used to be a carpenter all his life, or a cabinet maker, something fancy like that. I said to him, have you heard of the men's shed that's popping up all around the country? Oh, I've heard of it, but I don't really want to go there. I can't really be bothered making anything or doing whatever. I said, no. You're not going there for you. You're going there for them. Oh, what does that mean? Well, when you go there, you'll find some younger guy who doesn't actually have the skills that you have, trying to do something with a planer or a hammer and a chisel, whatever, and you'll be able to go, no, that's not how you do it. You do it this way, and you'll be able to pass on your knowledge to him. Now, to be honest, I did go, if you can find a young person who will listen, or doesn't think they know everything, but shouldn't say that on camera. This old guy had a spark in his eye straight away, because we all feel so much better when we can make a difference in the life of someone else. So instead of this old guy ending his life on the Saturday, if the help toolbox or the AI supporter had been in the community in the 6 months leading up to his retirement, and anyone had got a hint of this, and we had been able to reach out and connect with that man, he wouldn't be dead today. His children would not be going through the heartbreak of their dad dying when he's only 65. 65's young. From 65 to 75, he could have helped take the kids to school, helped clean the car, come out for dinner. We could have laughed at him singing karaoke. Come on. You don't work all your life to 65 and when you finish working, die. When you get to 65, you start living. Some people have asked me, why did I start the Suicide Reduction Trust? I don't want to tell you, but I've got to tell you. When I was married earlier on, the relationship didn't work and we took time apart. Then I got a phone call at 1 a.m. My ex-wife had made a serious attempt at suicide. The police were locked outside and my 2 little babies were inside. Of course I went rushing around there. The police got in and they took her away to hospital. Luckily she survived. But I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I died because she attempted suicide. Yet she didn't die. I don't know whether the grief's worse on an attempt or not. I don't know. I employed a young guy in one of my businesses. He was an ex-gang member, ex-been in prison, tough guy. Lived in the bush, scrawny little runt, no disrespect, but tough guy. Fight to the end of the earth. He lived rural. He hadn't seen his neighbour for a while, so he went over to find his neighbour and he found his neighbour suddenly dead. I'm not going to tell you how he died. So my mate rings me up. He's crying his eyes out. He unexpectedly came across a dead person, self-took their own life, ended their own life. He's scarred for life from that. I'm scarred for life from the farmer next door dying and I didn't even see it. There's not one single doubt in my mind that none of us want someone else to die. There's basically not one doubt in my mind that none of us know what to do to stop them dying. When I've been doing research into this project or this trust that we're working on, lack of money, not getting the living wage, 7-day, 24-hour shopping and working so we haven't got weekends off, the influence of social media indoctrinating our young people, relationship troubles, anger management from men punching out their girls. There's a whole lot of stuff. Now, the one thing I realised is I can't save the whole world. I can't pay you enough money to have money. I can't stop the bloke bashing you. I can't do it. But we need to fix those things to reduce suicide and have positive mental health. How are we going to do it? I am me, I am worthwhile. Self-awareness, self-acceptance. If the girl's getting the punch from the guy and she's self-aware, self-acceptance, she will go and get help to leave that relationship, maybe. Self-awareness, self-acceptance. I'm not earning enough money in my job, but what are my transferable skills? And to have the confidence and the planning to apply for a different job. The help toolbox has referrals to budgeting. If you sat in front of a professional and actually reached out for help and did something about it, the budgeter might be able to go, you can't afford KFC, my friend. Or whatever it is that's on the list there. I'm not stupid. I know people earn $900 and pay $800 on rent and $100 doesn't pay for grocery, schooling, petrol stuff. I know that. But those budget advisors are good at their job. The help toolbox will refer a person not coping to a guidance, a marriage counsellor, relationship counsellor, a budget advisor, a lawyer for a breach of legal rights, a meditation first person for calm and being present and, am I allowed to say getting shit under control on video? I don't think I'm allowed to say that. Pretend I didn't say that. This is a really interesting time in my life. This is the Friday before the Tuesday when the raffle draws. I've put $650,000 into marketing and legal and gone and got a great big house and car and everything. Not enough tickets are sold. So many people said to me last night, oh, you should just give up, Dave. I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up for the reasons you might think. He's worried about losing the money, or he's worried about looking stupid in the public. I'm not worried about losing the money because I can earn some more. I'm not worried about looking stupid in the public because I'm not stupid. And if you think I am stupid, you're daft. So why don't I want to give up? I'm adamant that I can reduce suicide in New Zealand. And I'm completely without doubt that if you bought a $20 ticket in my raffle and I sold all my raffle tickets, we'd be rolling in the money without the government's help. And if we were rolling in the money, I don't want the money. This is a not-for-profit. We've got a constitution not-for-profit that I can't touch it and I don't want to touch it. When we're rolling in the money, we'll employ the psychologists and psychiatrists. We'll employ the IT programmers. We'll employ the support group facilitators and counsellors. And we'll make sure they're trained to be human, friendly, positive, future-focused people, and none of this dissing stuff that's going on with me at the moment. The number of people that have said really nasty things about me at the moment, it's really not fair. I don't especially care about it because my I am worthwhile is actually pretty high. I know what I can do really well, and I know what I can't do because that's my limitations. I just can't do that. God didn't make me that way. I can't do it. But because I can't do that doesn't mean I'm no good. These are the things I'm good at. I do the things I'm good at. I do the things I enjoy.
E ai ki ngā tatau whakamomori hou, e piki tonu ana ngā tatauranga nei ki Aotearoa.
New Zealand has the highest teen suicide rate in the world, over twice the global average.
A recent report found 60% of people aged 10 to 14 who killed themselves between 2012 and 2016 were Māori.
This is not a dissing video. All right, I'm dissing TVNZ, MediaWorks and stuff, but this is not a dissing video. The government of the day had the best intentions when they set up the Suicide Prevention Office. They put $4 million a year into it, and 4 years later we've got nothing to show for it. We've got a beautiful policy document that no one's ever read, and it can't be implemented because it hasn't got a clear action plan. It's just waffle. We need to break the cycle. We need to break away from the Mental Health Foundation, who has a $12 million a year budget, who ghosts me and don't even come and have a cup of tea with me or reach out to me so that we can work collectively together. We need to get rid of the Suicide Prevention Office because nobody's home. The lights are on, but nobody's home. We need to get rid of them. Let's take the 12 million from Mental Health Foundation, the 4 million from Suicide Prevention Office, and give it to me. I don't even want 14 million. I can run this thing between 6 and 8 million a year comfortably. And I can reach right into your family homes and into the lives of your young people. And I can chitter-chatter with them, not me, but I can chitter-chatter them with the AI supporter. I can pay money, we, the Suicide Reduction Trust, can pay money for free future-focused therapy counselling. What is the difference between regular counselling and future-focused therapy counselling? Regular counselling. So what's your problem? Oh, this is my problem. That's no good. What shall I do about it? Oh, you could try a few things and it's finished. Future focus says, look, the past has already happened, Dave. Let's spend 90% of our time on the future. So what are you going to do? Oh, I don't know what to do. Well, where do your strengths and skills lie? What is a realistic choice or plan for you? So what I'll do is, being a typical person, I'll give you 100 reasons why I can't do it. Has any of you got children? I'll give you 100 reasons why I can't do it. And the trained professional will slowly break down those barriers. I guarantee you, money back guaranteed. I guarantee you get to the end of the session, or sessions, whatever it takes, and you will come out of there with, right, I need to do this, this and this. I need to ask that significant other to sit down and have a conversation with me. I need to ask a friend to sit in for support. I need to set the ground rules that no one will have anger management. I need to ask for a meeting with my boss and say, can I talk to you, but I in no way want my job in jeopardy. I've got some constructive ideas, or I just want a little bit more money. Is there any way I could do something to get more money without hacking the boss off? Future focused therapy, support groups, AI supporter, help toolbox. I am me, I am worthwhile. I tell you what, I hope like anything this video gets it out there. I hope like anything you watch it and share it with all your friends. It'd be quite nice if you then bought a $20 raffle ticket. The sales are going good. They're too low, but that's because the marketing hasn't been there. There's nothing wrong with a $2 million house as a prize. There's nothing wrong with putting money into a suicide reduction charity. It's purely not enough people know about it. So we've got to Friday morning, and this is my throw the toys out of the cop video. Let's come together as a country. Let's use our collective strength and our collective abilities to protect our brothers and our sisters, and one day maybe even protect you.
This is her daughter, Alana.
I've tried committing suicide myself. Quite a lot.
How old were you when that happened?
It's about 12. 12 years old. Yep.
If there's anyone watching this that is concerned that they might feel exposed, they might feel vulnerable about talking, or it might not be the right thing to do, let me tell you categorically, as somebody that's gone through it and has made the mistakes that you don't have to, the right thing to do is to talk to someone about this and to confront the reality of the situation, because it is a significant mark of courage, it is a significant mark of strength, and it was the most liberating, most valuable thing I've ever done.